Hi, good morning, class. Today is June the 20th, and we will be watching a video and talking about one of the most famous ships in all time. It was the unsinkable ship. Can you find this word in the dictionary, please? Dictionary, unsinkable. What does it mean, unsinkable? Yes? Find this word in the dictionary. Yes? Okay, very good. So unsinkable, it means that it is incapable to sunk. Yes? It means that unsinkable is something that never would be on the water. Never. Okay. So today, let's take the quiz. It doesn't matter if your answers are correct or incorrect. Take the quiz. For example, number 1. The Titanic sunk in which date? Choose the answer that you think is the correct one. Okay. Number 2. The Titanic sailed from Number 3. The Titanic crashed into another ship or an iceberg. Please check your answer. The first one, the Titanic sank in 1912. The Titanic sailed from England. Correct? And number 3, the Titanic crashed into, correct, an iceberg. Very, very good. Okay. So now what are we going to do? Well, in fact, there is a very, very famous movie. Leonardo DiCaprio acted in that famous movie that it was about the Titanic, and that story was so amazing and realistic. Yes? So for me, it has been one of the most beautiful movies. Yes? Because it represented what happened with the ship. Now, in the next exercise, you're going to watch the first part of the video, and you should circle the correct answer as you watch it. Let's watch the video.
It took 3 years to build and less than 3 hours to sink. The Titanic is perhaps the most famous shipwreck in history. It was the biggest and most luxurious ship of its time, and it set sail just once, from England to New York on April 10, 1912. The ship weighed a record-breaking 46,000 tons and took about 15,000 workers to build. Surprisingly, it had the best safety features at the time. A popular magazine called it practically unsinkable. People believed the ship could not sink. Because of this, there were no safety drills, and the crew did not tell passengers where to go or which lifeboats to board in an emergency. There weren't even enough lifeboats to begin with. There were only 20, enough for just half the ship's passengers. Bruce Ismay, the owner, felt that 48 lifeboats, enough for everyone on board, would make the ship look messy. The Titanic was all about beauty. There were many luxuries inside, like the famous grand staircase, a heated swimming pool, a modern gym, 4 restaurants, and 2 barbershops. The total cost for all this? About $7.5 million in 1912. That's over $400 million today.
Amazing. Yes. So they thought that the boat could never sink. Yes, because they thought that it was designed with a lot of structures that it could never sink. Yeah. Okay, so now let's answer the questions. The Titanic had good or poor safety features for the time. Safety, it means like vest, yes. Good, correct. The crew, it means the people, all the people that was on the ship. The crew did many or didn't do any safety drills, just like boats. Okay, didn't do any. Very good. Number 3. There were how many boats? Do you remember? How many boats were in the Titanic? 20 or 48? 20. Yes, it's that. Of course, it wasn't going to be enough if an emergency happened. Now, the owner of the Titanic didn't want the Titanic look luxurious or messy because of the boats. You remember? Messy. Very, very good. Yes? Now, let's go to the next part. Okay, very good. Okay, so now what are we going to do? You're going to watch the second part of the video. And you should number the events in the correct order from 1 to 5. Yes, so let's watch the video. Let's watch the video.
Over 100 years later, the Titanic lies at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, about 3,000 meters deep. But how did it sink? On April 14, 1912, the ship entered dangerous icy waters. It received 6 warning messages, and the captain turned the ship southward. But he did not slow down. By the time the crew saw an iceberg, it was too late. In 1985, National Geographic explorer Robert Ballard and French scientist Jean-Louis Michel discovered the lost shipwreck. They also found many old items that show the human side of the story, like an old notebook that belonged to this 17-year-old passenger. It contains pencil writing you can still read today. With the help of new technology, researchers continue to study the Titanic. Our interest in this famous ship is still as strong as ever. If anything, it is the story of the Titanic that is truly unsinkable.
Amazing that you can still see objects on the water. For example, such as the book. You can also that you can even read what it is written in the notebook. Interesting. Well, so which one was number 1? Yes, this one. The ship entered a dangerous icy water. Number 2. Very good. The ship received 6 warning messages. Yes, but didn't follow the instructions. Number 3. Correct. The captain turned the ship but didn't slow down. So he didn't obey the warnings. Number 4. Correct. The crew saw the iceberg, but it was too late. It was really, really late. And of course, the last one, many passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. Remember that there were only 20 boats. They weren't enough for all the people in the ship. Okay? And now let's go to the last activities. Let's go to the activity letter C. Yes? Okay, so let's read the questions and answer the correct choices according to the videos. Okay? What mistakes led to the disaster? Because they made two errors or mistakes. That they were the two mistakes that make the ship sunk. Yes, let's check them. Which ones? Great. The captain sailed too quickly in icy waters, so he took the risk. And people thought that the Titanic could not sink because they thought that it was unsinkable. Yes, very good. Okay, now you can go to the platform, to Santillana platform, and then you can find the 3 activities that you have to do. Yes? Okay, so there you have here 3 activities that you have to do. You can use this information or you can Google, but something that is going to be important and I will check. You have to do it with your own words. Don't copy paste. Remember that a graphic organizer don't need a lot of information. It is just like sentences. Yes, about it. Not a lot of information. And please include pictures about it, or if you find an interesting video, attach the link. Yes? Any questions, email me. Have a nice day. Bye.